So
No,
I
how?
need you, we're going to
Because I
end
have
your
questions
hearing,
for the judge?
Mr. Richard.
What are you trying to call it? Incompetent? Is that what you're trying to say I am?
Yes.
I don't understand. What am I meeting with a doctor for? Is there somebody willing to go on the stand and say that I actually committed a crime?
Well,
Who has a claim against me? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to settle the matter. I'm not arguing the facts.
All right, guys, today we've got yet another sovereign citizen making a fool of himself in court, and trust me, your brain is going to hurt after this one. This guy got busted for the classic trio: driving without a license, no insurance, and acting like laws don't apply to him. Judges have ruled time and time again that yes, you do need a license to drive, but here we are, again. And to top it off, the judge is literally telling him he needs a competency exam. And honestly, she's got a point. Let me know in the comments if you think this guy is mentally all there, because after watching this, I have serious doubts. My head hurts from losing brain cells, so let's dive in and see how this disaster unfolds.
Mr. Richard, are you able to activate your camera?
I can, but I'm moving stuff around at the same time.
Okay, well, we can
multitask.
well, let's just go ahead. I don't know if you were listening in when we were talking about your case. As you know, we've been waiting for the doctors to talk with you to see whether or not you're able to go forward on this matter. And there is now a date set for your interview.
I don't understand. What am I meeting with a doctor for?
They need to ascertain whether you can understand the nature of the charges and whether you're able to assist your attorneys. It's a two-prong test. So that's what we've been waiting for.
I understand the nature. I'm trying to figure out the cause. You guys never tell me.
Figure out what?
I understand the nature of this case. I'm trying to figure out the cause of this case. Like, what are we here for?
Well, you've been charged with the criminal offense of driving while your license is suspended in the 3rd degree and operating a vehicle without the required ignition interlock device. Those are the charges.
I've never had a license for you to suspend.
So, sir, please stop talking about the facts of the case. This is your attorney.
Who?
This is Sean Parent, one of your attorneys, so please don't talk about the facts of the case.
Well, I'm not denying any of the facts. I'm just letting you know I'm letting you know what I understand is what I'm saying. She asked me if I understand, and I'm trying to answer the question. I'm letting her know what I understand, and I'm trying to figure out what's making me, what are you trying to call it? Incompetent? Is that what you're trying to say I am?
Yes, there's legal competency, and it's two prongs, whether you can understand the nature of the charges and whether you're able to assist. So right now, there's a question about whether you are able to proceed, and that's why we're having the doctors talk to you. That's
Why can't I just ask the judge? Like, what?
Well, I am the judge, and I need those doctors to give me their opinion when they review your records and speak to you. And then we'll get a report back. So now you're finally being interviewed.
That, so I'm trying to get the answers from you. Like I'm in here talking to you.
And I'm telling you that you need to speak to these doctors on April 24th at 9 a.m.
And why do I need to talk to a doctor? I'm still not understanding. Like I'm trying.
Why are we here? Did I commit a crime? Who am I? Sovereign citizens are like NPCs stuck in an infinite loop. Same script, same nonsense. Every single time. I swear they all took the same fake YouTube law course and somehow still failed. And this guy? Oh, he definitely needs that competency exam ASAP. Honestly, he probably needed it yesterday. If you can't grasp the simple fact that laws apply to everyone, including you, Mr. I don't recognize your authority, then maybe it's time for a little courtroom pop quiz. Fun fact, courts have ruled over and over that this sovereign citizen nonsense is just that, nonsense. And yet, here we are again, watching another one try to outsmart centuries of legal precedent with nothing but vibes and misplaced confidence. At this point, what do we even do with these people? Should we just put them all on an island and let them figure it out? Let me know what you think.
Because you're charged with the crime, and I need to make sure that you are legally competent to proceed in this matter.
What is the name of the crime?
I told you it's driving while license suspended, 3rd degree, and operating a vehicle without an ignition interlock device.
Is there any injured parties? Is there somebody willing to go on the stand and say that I actually committed a crime? Who has a claim against me? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to settle the matter. I'm not arguing the facts.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to take care of this and give
And
you
we
guys a
cannot
few hundred-
proceed while your ability to understand the nature of the charges and to assist your
I-
attorneys at issue, we cannot
We're
proceed.
wasting
So
wasting
we're
time
in this
because I could
status.
just ask you. That's what I'm
And I'm
saying.
telling you right now, so the next hearing will be hopefully with a report in hand. You will have had your interview on April 24th at 9 a.m. Mr. Parent, you know where he would be going for that?
I'm not sure, if it's gonna be at the Shoreline Courthouse or down at our office in Kent, or possibly at the courthouse in Kent. Kind of depends on where he lives.
You have good contact with Mr. Richard?
Yeah, we have a good phone number for him.
Okay.
So we will be able to keep in touch with him.
Okay, so Mr. Richard, they're going to meet with you on the 24th.
How?
And would it take about a week or two, Mr. Parent?
Are
Do you
they
think
gonna
you can report
come
back?
meet me somewhere or something? Like what are they about to do?
Let's have him return on May 6th.
Well, like I said, you don't have my consent.
Actually, May
to
1.
send me
Let's
to
do
a
May
doctor.
1.
So I don't know why you think I have to go see a doctor when I could just ask you all the questions that's stopping us from going forward. I told you I'm trying to settle the matter. I don't know what's going on.
Right. We keep trying to explain that to you, Mr. Richard. The reason is you're going to have to talk to these doctors and we'll get some additional information.
All right,
So
cool.
your
Okay,
next
well,
hearing will be on May 1st.
Has there been a guilty plea that has been put into record?
No, we can't do that because we have to determine whether or not you're able to proceed in this case.
So there is no plea that's been put in file.
There's a plea of not guilty that's been entered.
And who put that in?
You had a first appearance and you are unable to plead guilty. So a not guilty plea has been entered on your behalf and we are waiting to have the doctors talk to you. And
How
this has
can
been going
somebody-
on for quite some time, Mr. Richard.
How can somebody put a plea in for me? That makes no sense. Doesn't the attorney have to do what I ask them to do, or they're acting in dishonor if
Well,
they don't do what I tell them to do?
All of this confusion that's going on right now is many examples of why we need this evaluation to take place. So
No,
I
how?
need you, we're going to
Because I
end
have
your
questions.
hearing.
Mister. Richard is completely out of his mind. We're talking full-on orbiting the Earth levels of delusion. The way he refuses to turn his camera on, like this is some optional FaceTime call, is absolutely insane. Honestly, the judge is being way too patient. I get the whole let them expose themselves strategy, but at what point do we stop letting grown adults play legal make-believe? Court isn't a game of peekaboo. It's a legal proceeding. The judge has every right to demand he show his face and follow basic courtroom procedures. Honestly, I just wish she would go off on him, like full, "Sir, this is not a debate club" mode. Or better yet, slap him with a contempt charge so he can see firsthand that his little "I don't recognize your authority" act holds about as much weight as a wet paper bag. But nope. Instead, we're watching her tiptoe around him like he's some fragile little snowflake who might melt if she raises her voice. Am I being too harsh here? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's jump back in and see how this one plays out.
The judge, and you're just saying that I'm incompetent. Like, why can't I get the answers from you? Do you not know your own laws?
I cannot go forward until I get a report from the doctors.
And why is there a doctor that needs to be involved in this? This is what do you say, a traffic matter?
Okay, I'm going to conclude this hearing. I believe that we need a report from the doctors based upon your answers, and this has been going on for
I just
Quite some
told you, like,
time.
I'm not denying any of the facts. So why do we need to see a doctor? Can I
I-
just pay for can I just settle the fines that you have in
there's
this case?
a
Can I
criminal
just do that
charge
and
with
get this over
jail.
with? Huh?
All right, so
What'd you say?
it's a criminal charge with jail. It's not just paying a fine, Mr. Richard. So we are going to set this over. May 1st will be the next date you come back to court. And I will
Well-
ask that you follow through and attend that evaluation on April 24th.
You just
And
told me
that
this was
Mr.
criminal,
Parent
right?
is going to make sure you know where you need to go.
But you just told me this was criminal, right? So why can't I just settle the fines?
Because criminal is not about fines, it's about jail time as well. So.
And why does somebody get jail time for something that they never had? I've never had a driver's license.
Mhm. Okay, so we are done with your case today, Mr. Richard. Thank you. We'll get that date out to you.
Well, you don't have my consent, so like I said, I don't know what you think I'm.
All right.
That definitely didn't go the way he thought it would. But honestly, low-key, I feel like he somehow won that round. Not in the way he wanted, but still. The guy flat out refused to turn on his camera the whole time, and the judge just let it slide? Like, isn't that a basic rule? Maybe I'm being too strict, but courts have upheld over and over that judges can enforce proper courtroom conduct, even in virtual hearings. But this guy sat there like a ghost defendant and got away with it. Let me know what you think about that hearing. But in the next one, oh man, we've got a Florida judge who is not here to play games. This one turns into a full-blown showdown, and trust me, you're going to want to see how it all goes down. Let's dive in.
March 29th, you assaulted Michael Kurth in Three Rivers. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. How do you plead to that charge?
Before I plea, I'd like to have it put on the record that they're, for the alleged actions, they're trying to charge me twice. They're trying to charge me with an assault and battery as well as violating a restraining order for the same actions.
Well, they can do that.
Why?
It's two different things.
But it's the same action. Isn't that double jeopardy?
No. Let's say you have a trespass order and you're not supposed to trespass on a piece of property, and you enter into the property and punch somebody. Well, they can charge you with trespassing and the assault. So I'm assuming you wish to plead not guilty to?
But that's violating two different laws. I supposedly violated with the same action. It wasn't two different things. They're trying to charge me with the same action for two different cases. That's not, I mean.
All right, well, if you want a lawyer, I'll get you one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, I didn't do anything anyways, but from what they said, that from the affidavit that they gave me, the action.
Who has the which judge has the restraining order?
Patterson. I have not arraignment. I mean, I guess it'd be a preliminary exam conference tomorrow morning with him. Because they're saying I violated the restraining order by assaulting him.
Okay, well, all right, we'll sort that out. Set attorney pretrial for July 12th, 2024. Mr. Christos, $1,175 worth of unpaid fines and costs. He has a controlled substance case from 2021 where he owes $175. He has a defective equipment case where he owes $125. He has a previous assault and battery, 221627, where he owes $275. He has disturbing the peace where he got the minimum fine of $125. He hasn't paid that. 222147. And he has a felony resisting and obstructing reduced to a misdemeanor attempted resisting and obstructing. He owes $475 and he hasn't paid anything on that. So why don't you please take Mr. Christ into custody?
Can we please talk about this?
Yeah, you go back into jail and
I have my vehicle outside and stuff though.
Yeah, okay, you go back here and I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Today?
Yeah, right now, you're going into lockup.
No, are you gonna talk to me today?
Yeah. You keep getting charged with assault crimes and then you don't pay any of the fine.
Yeah, I had to include. This last hearing, it was just too entertaining not to. This guy came in guns blazing, yelling about double jeopardy like he just unlocked a secret level in the legal system. Meanwhile, all he actually did was trespass onto someone's property and punch them in the face. Like, sir, that's two completely separate crimes, not some magical loophole that lets you walk free. You really cannot make this stuff up. Honestly, this is the kind of guy who would fall for the sovereign citizen nonsense like double jeopardy. Are you serious right now? He definitely should have brought a lawyer before stepping into that courtroom. And the audacity of this man to look shocked when the judge tells him he's staying in jail. Like, gee, I don't know. Maybe because you haven't paid a single fine? It's just the audacity for me. These court hearings are making my head hurt. Let me know in the comments how many brain cells you lost watching this, because some of these arguments truly defy basic logic. Also, I really want to hear your thoughts on the first hearing. Should the judge have been way more strict? At some point, you just have to shut down the nonsense instead of letting them waste everyone's time. Did she handle it well, or should she have dropped the hammer harder? That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. I post every single day, so stay tuned for more wild court moments. I also love reading your comments, so thank you to everyone who drops one. I really do read them all. Thanks for watch.